Hello, my name is Acte, and after many years and thousands of battles, I have finally completed the Chimera missions. Now watch as I take on one of World of Tanks' hardest challenges in unlocking the Object 279E. In today's episode, we continue the Coalition missions, moving on to Coalition 2, where we have to cause 3,000 damage per battle in 3 consecutive matches. So I'm not gonna lie, this mission is one of the easiest missions out of all the 279E missions that I've done. It's do 3k damage in 3 battles. It's honestly, if you play consistently, there's so many tanks you could do this in. For instance, I chose the Udes 1516. You could easily do it in a Kranwagen, a VZ55, the Batchat. It's not hard. The Progetto, the Italian medium, it's just, you could sit back, chai snipe, and redline chai snipe and get the mission done. So I think I'm going to just turn this video into a Udes 1516 review. So the Udes 1516 is a tier 10 Swedish medium tank. It's a tank that you can actually has a really good mid-range gun. It's not a sniper tank, it's mid-range support. You have a siege mechanic on the tank, so you can actually expose very little in ridgeline peak and just whittle down the enemies, just because you have the gun is a high alpha. It's like 440 or 450, something like that. And look at how I'm just barely exposing over this ridgeline and just putting rounds into this 4005. He's not going to be able to snipe back even if he wanted to, but it's a fun tank to play. Honestly, probably one of my favorite tier 10s to play, just in general. It's one that has kept up with the meta just incredibly well. So it's relatively mobile. You have good view range. I would recommend putting in a great crew. I used one of my female crews on it and did all the crew books as possible to make it as best they could possibly be. But it's and it's because it has such a higher alpha gun compared to other mediums, where you're in that 400, yet again, I don't know the exact number, but 440, 450. You can really chunk people down where they don't want to push you as much as they would, for instance, if you're like a Leo 1, where your paper armor, I don't know. I just find it a lot more fun to play. And this is where you can really use the siege mechanic and expose very little and push a ridge line that the other team, like, look at that. You move slowly, enable your siege mode, and then you just get that little bit extra gun depression where you can just, in that case, I killed a 4005. But regardless, this is the first battle done, 3,000 damage dealt, and we'll be moving on to the next. Alright, for the second match, I ended up on El Haluf, and in El Haluf, I like to go to the south part of the map in an Udes 1516. Because my entire team is here, I decide to jump the 907, push over the ridge line, try to get a shot in. My teammate goes with me, so now I'm like, okay, let's continue pushing this flank, pushing the assault. And the big thing is, you want to get up to wherever you can. You want to get to a ridge line and then start to slow down. And what will happen is, I don't know the exact kilometers per hour, but if you're going relatively slowly, your siege mode will engage. And the goal is, you want to get to the ridge line, engage your siege mode, peek up, take your shot, back down. So right here, I can see the 183. I take a shot, but I don't want to get hurt. So I take another shot, miss. And this is actually I'm going to show you the bad part of the Udes 1516. It's all these clips put together, but it has low pen, where if you're not completely hitting a weak spot, even with heat, like, how did I miss that? Or the Jaeger, or Jagdpanzer, it's just not penning a superstructure, which is kind of annoying, but I mean, the tank has so many other benefits that if it had, high pen gold rounds, it would be kind of nuts. And now I'm just trying to snipe the mouse because oh, there we go. He's having a bad day. But overall, this is the type of map you want in the Udes, where you can just peek over the ridgeline, only expose your turret, and no one can do anything to you. So now it's just cleaning up the game. I need one more shot to get my 3,000 damage. Let's see if I can get it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There's some Artie. Oh man, and there we go. He got my 3k damage. Tough game. Tough match. Let's see. Oh, one more shot? No, miss it. Oh well. On to the next. Alright, and for my third battle, I forget what this map's honestly called, but it's not a fun map. It's one of the newer ones, and that's probably why I don't remember its name. But what I'm going to do, Udes 1516, I'm going to push the south part of the map and just try to get up on the hill in the mid and use my siege mode, my gun depression, and relatively good turret armor to... Oh man. Alright, so I start off the game blocking 700 damage, followed by another 300 damage. So, you know, today's a good day. 1,000 damage blocked already. And now I'm just going to peek over this ridgeline and put a blind fire into that bush. Block another round because, you know, lol siege mechanic, they can't do anything to you. And now all these heavy tanks that are, you know, looking down that alleyway in the middle of the map, you can just sit up on this ridgeline and just start to farm. So I get a couple shots in, destroy the 260 there, or I think that's what it was, 260, yeah. And now I'm just going to try to help out my team in that mid tunnel by getting my shells into these heavy tanks. And yet again, it's like, what are these heavy tanks going to do to me? They're not going to try to push over and or try to snipe me back. I exposed so like not. Oh, he did. He did, and I blocked it because siege mechanic, and it has good turret armor. So I block another round from the T-49, which is kind of insane to think about. Like, honestly, this medium tank, doesn't have that good of armor. I've gotten some crazy lucky bounces to be at, you know, 2.5k blocked. But anyways, put another blind fire into that bush because people sit there, and it looks like I hit the guy, which is awesome. It's always fun to get a blind fire. Push the T-49, block another round. So I'm at what? Almost 3k damage blocked this game. This is definitely not common, I will say that. But it shows how you can use a ridgeline. You get, you know, you can make your effective armor so much stronger that way. It's just I wouldn't rely on it. So I think I need, with the blind fire, I'm pretty sure I got my mission done. But I'm like, I just want to get more damage just to be safe. And I'm gonna push this ridgeline. See how I engage my siege mode there. Put one shell into his turret and then back right down. And what you can do because of that, you can expose so little, get your shot in, and if someone decides to rush you, because you can keep your distance pretty good and get your shot in, that when you back down, it forces them to try to push you, and it gives you that little bit of extra time to reload. And it helps you, I would say, get an extra round in and be able to really punish tanks. So, ooh, it's always fun to get the blind fire shots. So this is just me cleaning up the end of the match. But overall, I would say this game mode. Oh, let's see. Can I get this snipe? Yep. This is the weak part of the tank. When you actually snipe with it at a pretty far distance, you end up missing so many shots. Like, look at this shot on the Leo right here. I have my cursor right over the tank, and it just goes to the left. It's not a sniper tank, but it's definitely mid-range. But overall, I would say my final synopsis of the Coalition 2 mission, pretty easy to do. Pick the tank you like. If you want to do the Udes 1516, highly recommend it. Just because everyone should pick up this tank to begin with. It's really, really fun, really, really good. And you know what? It's got a real nice low profile tank, and people are gonna have trouble penning you sometimes, where you do 3.7k damage blocked in a game, because why not? Anyways, if you guys did enjoy it and you did like this video, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. We should have new episodes coming out soon. Bye.